Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Hope the day is treating you kindly. We got a whole bunch of nasty jacks out there, spit and sorcery, trying to transfer their sin onto the world so that they can then suffer the karmic return. Real nasty sorcerers and magicians putting this debt onto innocent people. They really suck, man. These are real nasty jacks. Cheap shot Harry. All right, so as you can see, I've got some cards out here already. It is April 3rd, 2026, and we're going to do a planetary read just to see what's been going on, because it is Passover, and apparently the magical transference of sin is not working for those magicians who have been siphoning the sacral out of everybody and doing their baneful magic with it. In the central energy, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So you have hard work. You've mastered yourself. You could have mastered yourself. We've got community in the reverse. You could have been detail-oriented and worked on some building craftsmanship and superior skill without the assistance of a community. You could be flipping a community upside down. You're bringing the challenges, bringing a close to this cycle of unease regarding love in the history. Now you're going to be making love a new thing, and you got these brutalizers out there trying to separate you. They want you to, it's not you. They're pouring in hate energy. They're breaking the chakra. They're pouring in hate energy, and then they're filling the mind with this betrayal type of third wheel enemy kind of stuff, and it hurts real bad. But you're real strong here. You were the caretaker of this community, this secret garden, and they booted you out and turned it into a whorehouse and a slaughterhouse while blaming you, while siphoning your energy, while taking everything from you. In the recent past, you got the Nine of Cups here. So your wishes are granted. They cannot touch your life of luxury. They cannot touch your reward. They cannot touch your stability, your growth, and the reward for doing the work. They're not going to take your soul value this time and spend it like these worthless red rumming magicians did the work. No, they're just scumbags. They're just scumbags who siphon the value out of other people's souls by unaliving them. Secretly, or not so secretly. So you, your wishes are granted because of your stability and your growth. Okay, so you're getting a reward because when things fell apart, when things got flipped upside down, when things fell apart, you bucked up and you took on the self-care mental attitude. So not only did you take care of yourself, but you shared that self-care with others, the animals, the children, everyone. You're very much appreciated. However, they kicked you out of the community while using you, while forcing you to transmute their death energy, their sin energy. They kept covering you in the blame and the shame of their own shit. You were the strength that was holding it all together, but these asshats kept putting their sin onto the caretaker. Why? So they could keep her trapped in their little secret garden, over there in the back room, chained to the freaking table or whatever. And then they were flaunting themselves as though they were successful men and women worthy of leadership, when all they do is destroy shit. They don't restore anything. They don't care for anything. They flip people upside down and get off on their suffering. You got the Ace of Wands here. So your energy and your vitality is bringing about new beginnings. You could be inspiring others with whatever it is you're creating. Maybe you are inspired. In the near future, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So reliability, dedication, patience, and perseverance. So you could have a masculine here who's being very patient while with this healing. Like, it's taking some time but maybe you are the healer. Maybe he's just patient while you re-amp the waters of the temple. We have somebody here in a Five of Swords, conflict and defeat. Whoever was being aggressive with you and trying to compete with you in the past, in the secret garden. So the daughters of Eden were hijacked and then polluted with this illusionary magic while they were being molested and prostituted energetically, physically, whatever. And these guys were like, hey, they're a prostitute. So then what did they do? They transferred Jezebel's orgy magic onto the good person, the strong caretaker. And then they deceitfully convicted her of being a prostitute and sent her to Osiris for punishment or whatever, while Jezebel got to go up to heaven and frolic with all the divine masculines, gathering their semen, downloading their devil attachments, all this shit, man. The divine feminines were deceitfully convicted of crimes they did not commit. The Jezebel energy was transferred to them, and then they were deceitfully convicted of it because these nasty old men need your strength and your caretaking ability, your self-care ability, and the sharing that you do. They need it because they can't be it. And neither can Jezebel. Jezebel can certainly go up to heaven and F everybody up, though. Real good at wiggling that hip. Oh, perfect rounded hips with the spaghetti, the little string thing. Oh, perfectly fat belly. Oh, I wiggle my hips real good. Yeah, Jezebel got that wiggle down. Going up there feeding on the soul of divine masculine until he fades, his Merkaba fails, and he drops back down. So, those people who were aggressive with you, all of your past lives, many past lives, they tortured you. And then when it was time to die, they deceitfully convicted you of something you did not do, something that they downloaded into you magically, and then they punished you, they tortured you to death, while everybody watched and got off on it. These men are real lovely. We got the Tower in the environment. So they're in a tower. Whoever was competing with you in past lives in this secret garden, you're a daughter of Eden. You were in the Garden of Eden and they booted you out. You didn't leave, or maybe some left willingly because they were being RAP'd and stuff by these fraudulent mask wearers. So now they're in a tower because of your perseverance, your Seven of Pentacles. You persevered, you did the hard work, and now you're coming into your reward. They're in a tower because you persevered. Look, we got the hierophant here, bringing temperance. So your reward could be that you are ascended or being elevated into a hierophant status because of your ability to self-care and when things fall apart, and then to share that care with others and bring ease to them. It could be that God is making sure that you get this reward because of your ability to alchemize and hold yourself steady when all these nasty sorcerer, nasty jacks who so desperately want to be, the authority, they're trying so hard to unalive divine feminines who have a status of authority and rainbow covenant from ever achieving their 3D experience. Oops. So again, you got the life of luxury coming up. The animals are your friends. You're very gentle. There's a young gal on there. You've got a young spirit. Maybe you're innocent. You're very innocent. You're very strong. You're the caretaker. They see you as innocent. They see you as this young child, but you're an old soul, an upper dimensional old soul that these assholes, they looked at you like you were just a child and they decided to violate your soul for centuries. So you have been very patient. Maybe this hierophant is asking you to be patient while temperance is restored, because right now we got a tower. There's a harvest going on. Apparently it's the final harvest, the Seven of Pentacles. So temperance is being restored. They're attacking your heart. They're attacking your solar plexus, your mind, everything. So just be aware and be prepared, because We got, so Hegseth came out recently saying that everybody should be able to carry weapons. And then a month or so ago, Trump said that he didn't want to talk about Epstein because very soon the United States was going to be in a civil war. So it sounds to me like they're trying to get that all wrapped up. They want to get that started so that people start being driven into doing stuff to each other. The fragile minds, those medicines that are in the minds with the graphene in it, I really feel they're gonna hit it with some kind of a program that's gonna cause this freaking chaos or whatever. That's just my thoughts on that. We got the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's greed and the inflexibility. These irresponsible people are dependent on you. They need your wealth, divine feminine. They're nothing without it, and they have violated you so many times. These mask wearers, they want to be you. They've been doing it for centuries. They still want to. They've actually been talking about doing a 3D thing. And quite honestly, I think that's why they want to drum up some chaos in the village or whatever. Because when everybody goes to town on each other, then they can kind of slip in and just grab up whoever they want, right? So be prepared with whatever self-defense stuff you got going on, and just be aware always, because they're talking about your stuff. They're talking about gas, or these gas, like tear gas and stuff. So I don't know what that's all about. It could be that maybe you have some of that. I don't know. King of Pentacles is very greedy. They're in the reverse. They're reliant upon this caretaker's strength and ability to transmute and alchemize this crap energy that they're all playing in gleefully. Childlike. Yep. So we got this King of Pentacles here. They're greedy and they're dependent on the children to remain innocent or to be seen as childlike. You've got a greedy, malicious asshat that's been abusing children in order to appear as though they are that. So they could have been siphoning the souls of children so that they could appear childlike. So we got joy. You could be happy. Something's going to bring you joy. We got death. The ending of this scenario is going to bring you joy. So you're going to be making your move. You're making your move. You could be about ready to flip the tables, making your move. On the past, authorities, religious people who had you down and out in the shadow. So these are shadowy religious people that have been studying your love, your heart chakra, and they've been doing their best to break the shit out of it. They do not want that big old love coming into this new chapter. They need it broken, and they need you depressed. These gatekeepers are attacking your balance. They don't want you to receive your initiate reward, no matter what they said. They're telling them to make certain that you do not get your opportunity. These gatekeepers are attacking your balance, your temperance energy. It could be that there is an attack on the gatekeepers because they were coming after your balance. Take it as it resonates. They want forgiveness. And you are protected. The teachers, which is you, those who transmute, alchemize, love still, who can crawl up out of this nasty, heart-shattering and attempt to throw you into South Node. You get to teach people how to protect themselves and pull themselves up out of this mess reliably. Now, you got some folks out there, well, why don't you just command your voice and command the demons away? And I'm like, hey, this world is flooded with this energy. And at some point, you got to stop running away from it, and you got to alchemize it. You got to deal with it. You got to bring temperance to it. You can't just say, go away. Oh, I'm so powerful. I told the demon to go away and they fled. Oh, yes, I'm a god. You got to alchemize it. It's hard work. And most words in these spaces around this kind of stuff are lies, unless you're talking about a truth teller, which a lot of the high priestesses are out there, they're spilling beans, man. So you have a circle around your boundaries, or there's boundaries around your circle. Like nobody can come into your circle because, oh, you were stranded in isolation. You could have been a daughter divine in the Garden of Eden, a daughter of the Eden, this royal daughter. They took you, the community kicked you out and left you alone, stuck here, while everybody else was partying and getting all the good stuff on your pain, because it all belonged to you. You're the strong caretaker. So they stuck you there in between a rock and a hard place. You were stranded, but it looks like there's a rebirth here. Oh, people are afraid. These mask wearers are afraid. They're afraid because of your transformation. You grew wings in the darkness and you have these beautiful robes. You're saints and you got children there with you. So the mask wearers are seen clearly. They're afraid because you're speaking up. You're offering information on how to get grounded during these energetic attacks, this witchery, this sorcery. You're offering information on how to protect yourself. And I'm not talking about command, Jesus, make them go away, whatever the hell. You gotta command your energy, and it's not as easy. I've been severely attacked for over 20 years, and begging, pleading, praying, all that stuff does no good. You got to actually learn how to alchemize, and you got to deal with it. There was a curse over the divine feminines, over the mothers. So you were speaking up, you're offering ideas on how to stay grounded and get your abundance, get your initiate reward. Listening, imagining, listening to the mind, gathering the fruits of the upper dimensional divine. You're relaxed, you're at peace, and they're like, here, have some goodies. Oh yes, that's real good. It's time for you to rest. It's time for you to rest. We've got armor. You could be armored by a magician. Or you could be, you might have the armor of God, like God may have. I heard somebody say you have a mighty shield. So you could have a mighty shield. You may have manifested a mighty shield. This weird stuff. So look, you got all those religious people out there. They got all those foo-foo, free-fee, robes, whatever, what do you got? Crystals and chandeliers and gold and all this little stuff while you were asleep, while they had you in the ground, while you were there transmuting energy, the high priestess. So this ridiculous mess is fleeting. It's going away because of the strength and the knowledge of the high priestess. You have been freed. The curse is no longer broken. The curse is broken. It's no longer effective, and you are emancipated. And you're rising. You're getting your initiate reward, but you've got some gatekeepers out there attacking you bad right now, trying to stick their karmic debt onto you and see you disqualified. They're arguing. They keep running this soap opera, this stream of Wi-Fi, Hulu radio shows of this nastiness. And the other night they were just going, and it was terrible, man. They broke the heart, and I'm just laying there trying to hold myself together. And this stream of rhetoric is just going on, reject, all this bad stuff. And then all of a sudden I heard myself think, I'm a mutant. And I started laughing. I started busting up. I'm like, oh, you clever mofos. I've never talked to myself like that. So it was an obvious verbal attack being streamed into my mind. I never call myself, I call them mutants, but I never call myself that. So it's weird how that happens. And it was like instantly the magic spell was broken. As soon as they called me a mutant, which is something I never talk to myself that way. I made it a point 10, 15 years ago to reframe my personal verbiage about self, because I was severely attacked by these jackasses, and they were trying to form highways in my mind with this terrible rhetoric. And I'm like, oh no, I had to command it. I had to say, no, that thought does not get to live here, and I had to start gathering that command over myself. And now, they're pissed because you were supposed to be trapped. Divine feminines, high priestesses, they need your source connection in order to trick people into thinking that they have source connection. I saw this beautiful blonde woman in a marriage. She was getting married, and it's sad to me because the person she married, she looks so damn happy, but the person she married her because of the soul harvest. They effed her, pretended to love her, put a ring on it. Why? Just so they can snatch the soul and the gifts. It's so sickening to me. So, souvenirs from Heartbreak don't age well. You're burning the hoodie and keeping the lesson. It's like you're shedding the hoodie. You're taking off the old clothes, and you're releasing the memory of this upside down community that left you hanging and forced you to become a master. Without a teacher, without knowledge, they completely shut down people's minds and erased their history and their purpose. So you mastered yourself while you were not in the community. You weren't part of the community. You had no help from the community. Maybe you are detail oriented in flipping this whole community with your mastery. Yep, heartbreak doesn't age well. So you're burning the hoodie and you're keeping the lessons with your mastery of this whole upside down community. It's like your mastery. You're flipping a whole community upside down and you're burning it. You're putting an end, the challenge, putting an end to the unease, the fear regarding union, regarding love, regarding the history of this community terrorizing husbands and wives and souls and children that come from them. Nasty fuckers. Nasty. So, alrighty then. So, that was sober you, not retrograde. Stop texting your ex. Own it. Own it. It's not Mercury retrograde. It's not anything that you came back. You did something. These people, they did something sober, which was cause a lot of pain for love. And we're bringing an end to that because they were sober when they did it. They got to accept responsibility for it. They're trying to make excuses. These immature people, they gave you the bare minimum while taking everything. These pages, these immature brutalizers, stealing the mind, the intellectual property, and the whole everything of these high priestesses, and then stuffing them in a hole, prancing around with their Jezebel puppet as though they are the Christed be, I'm the Savior, I want peace, and then they proceed to give war. Come on, man. They're just jerking people's minds around with lies, with schemes, with sorcery. And now they want to set it up so that the civilians all get approval to carry weapons so that when they turn on the 6G or whatever and start frying people's brains, they're going to go Looney Tunes and they're going to start seeing shit and they're going to want to go out and take people out. They're really trying to set it up. Trump said a month ago or so that we were going to be in civil war soon. And Hegseth just got on the telly and said, hey, I think all of our military personnel should be able to pack weaponry. And, there's probably targets. So your strength, you're the strength, you're the lioness. You are the daughter of the lion. You are the caretaker of this secret garden, and they threw you out and brutalized you, slandered you, used your own energy to hurt people and say it was you. Dots don't mean devotion. Read energy, not typing bubbles. So you've got your intuition, you're aware. These guys, they were not devoted. They're just liars. They're scheming, scamming haters, and they smile in your face and they pretend they love real well, but there's no empathy in them. They were not devoted. You're strong. You were the caretaker. And all of those dots, all of those freaking bad energies of this upside down community, it's going in the toilet. Because it's not about the appearance. It's not about the perfect visual of cleanliness. Because you can live in a spotless house and have malice and vengeance and black energy in you, smiling in people's faces, effing your enemy. And that's exactly what these people do. They screw their enemy and then they devour the soul. They smile in their face, make them real happy. Oh, hi, bunny, I love you. Oh, yeah, I believe you. Yeah, because whatever. They're out there siphoning other people's love energy and then coming in and dumping it on their target to make them believe that it's love so they can get a ring on it, and then they own it. But I don't think they're going to get it this time. They're not going to be harvesting their wives. God's going to step in and say, you will not freaking feed on this beautiful soul. Nasty. POS. You're not going to touch that Nine of Cups or that Ace of Pentacles. When things fell apart, the women got their self-care out there, and then they shared it with others who appreciated it. And we've got, sometimes it's just bad decisions, but it's in the reverse. You did not make any bad decisions. They may have tried to make you feel that it was a bad decision, but you didn't make mistakes. Not every drama is karma. So there's a lot of drama being driven into the minds and the heart spaces of the people right now. That is not karmic debt. That is those who have karmic debt trying to stick it to you. So it's not going to stick to you. You didn't make any bad decisions. They can't stick this stuff to you. You got spiritual hygiene down like nobody's business. These people are like, ew, no. Ace of Wands, you're out there with a new beginning. There's this inspiration. You might be inspired. You're starting over. You've got hope. You've got some kind of stuff. And we got Netflix jail. Girl, your comfort zone is a trap. There's fear, stagnation, and growth. So for these, whoever this is, Netflix, the movie makers, the actresses, they're in a straitjacket. Something's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with them, but they look like they're in a straitjacket. Somebody's watching TV. They're programmed. They've been listening to the programming for too long. They're trapped. We got stagnation. Somebody's afraid because they feel like they're trapped due to your growth. We got the Knight of Wands here, very reliable and devoted. Regardless of what they're moving through you, that's not your karmic debt, and that isn't going to accrue karmic debt. It's simply those who have it trying to stick it to you. They first got to break your heart. They got to give you some freaking memory and some freaking cause to remember and tend to suffer again for infidelity, third-party enemies, coming in, loving you, and then right in your face, being with somebody else. So it's a horrifying situation, but remember that it's an illusion, and don't let them take the love out of you. Don't let them sabotage your Merkaba, your light body, your chariot home. So drink lots and lots of water. Replace the waters in the temple were 70% water. We need to make sure with this hardening of the waters and this heartbreak and all that, make sure you're drinking lots of water. You got to replace the waters. 70%. I don't know how many gallons that is, but you got to go through it. replace the waters. Get your trace minerals back in there, you know, because you're going to be drinking it until it pours out of you. So you got to get your trace minerals back into the water, back into the body, so that you can get your electrolytes and the energy production that you need. So we've got healing here, right? Reliable, persevering, sticking with it. And we've got healing. You're sharing healing. You're going into the spaces. You're revitalizing people. You're sharing your energy with them. Sharing your love. And these nasties, man, they want to stick a sword in it. Oh, they're so bad. They're so bad. So he owes you nothing but silence. Closure isn't coming in a text. Closure isn't coming in a text. So he owes you nothing but silence. So somebody's persevering. Nobody owes you anything. They owe you maybe silence. They're shutting things down. This could be the silencer that these adversaries were talking about. They're panicking over the silencer. So it could be that he owes you nothing but silence. And it could be that this is somebody that you knew in the past who is helping you to persevere for whatever you guys went through. So maybe he owes you silence. Maybe that's a deal that God made with him or something. But we have this competition. There's betrayal and loss, dishonor. Somebody in all of your past lives, people were framing you with this dishonor. They stole your honor according to Spirit Divine. Lifetime after lifetime, they kept taking your honor away. Why? Because they kept breaking your heart and then transferring in all of their shit. With that, whatever the hell, in the secret garden, the Garden of Eden, and they're out there saying, oh yeah, we're God's chosen. No, you're not. You're freaking nasty, mean, cruel, bitter, whatever. Harvesting actual Christed beings and then calling themselves that as a mimic. Well, it's not going to work this time because not everyone gets a ticket to your next season. You are allowed to outgrow people, and you have evolved through centuries of pain, and you are free now. You are free. You're a teacher. These people are in a tower due to your perseverance and your reward. You are coming into a harvest, and the hierophant is here, or maybe there has been a harvest or is a harvest being in effect by this hierophant. Take it as it resonates. You made an investment. You worked really hard, and the hierophant is here bringing temperance energy. So you and your abundance is coming. But you're being asked to be patient. Oh, because, yeah, so you're bringing temperance by retrograde, didn't cancel your to-do list. So it's not the stars. It's their snooze button. So they're trying to blame the stars. They're trying to blame those who have the essence of the sun in them. They're trying to say, blame, 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 blame. And they're trying to stick out this magic and all of that stuff. But guess what? It's going back on them. So they're in a tower. God's bringing about a tower. You're getting your reward because you persevered. The hierophant is restoring temperance by retrograding this magic that they're doing. So you're coming into your Nine of Pentacles life of luxury. He's asking you to be patient. Manage your heart, your Merkaba as best you can. Protect that heart chakra. Get whatever you need to do to protect that space. And the solar plexus, because I've been trying to insert black energy into the solar plexus because that's your powerhouse and they want to dirty it so that they can steal your honor again. So use patience and stop excusing these people's silence. Unread isn't mystery, it's indifference. So you're using patience, or you're asked to be patient, or maybe you're being given a life of luxury because you have been patient the whole time for centuries now, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. They have stolen your honor and left you alone. You've been alone for a long time, lifetimes. And at the end of each one, they torture you. Your innocence. So we got this King of Pentacles in the reverse. Greed, irresponsible dependence on childlike souls. And honestly, that's the real miracle. Congratulations, you made it out alive. You were one of them lifetimes ago, maybe many lifetimes ago. So because of your resilience and your ability to self-care, you're turning things around. You're inspiring people. You made it out, but barely. This King of Pentacles, this greedy jackass, wants to be seen as childlike. They did something to you in the past and you made it out. They didn't want to raise the bar. They didn't want to live up to your expectations, Divine Feminine, High Priestess. They didn't want to be high value men. They just wanted to be lustful a-holes that could take and brutalize whomever they wanted. They didn't want to follow your instruction and be good. So now it's like, let go already. Let go already. Let go. They don't want to let go. They want to stick it to you, and it's awful. So they're going to keep the bar right where it is. They do not want to raise their standards. Even your cards went you single, it says. You've got clarity here. They wanted you. They didn't want you to raise the bar. See, these Divine Feminines they've really done a lot of work, and they have earned initiate rewards that really bounce them up into the upper dimensional spaces. They're like, no, the bar is here. No, the bar is here. No, the bar is here. Why? Because these leaders, these worshippers or whatever, they didn't want to raise the bar on their own status. They wanted to hold you here, siphon your reward, and then pretend that they had earned it while treating you like a prostitute. Claiming you're a dime a dozen. These warlocks are crap. They didn't want to do the work. They're lazy ass pieces of shit. They didn't want to do the work. So let go already. Let go already. Mr. Low level, freaking happy, lustful gigolo. Go, let go. So they're trying to, your pain isn't content. So they're trying to throw out their pain, right? But we got silence. Nobody's listening. Pain is not content. Nobody's listening. Nobody cares. The fake version of you is being held accountable. The fake version of you might be upset because you changed your whole vibe. You're authentic. You're no longer playing their stupid little games. And we've got this dude right here. You can't vibe your way out of accountability. Dude has to accept accountability here. Why? Because there's nothing better than saying no. Boundaries are sexy, babe. Glow-ups don't come with filters. This is who he chose. He chose the fake glow-up. He chose the one that was siphoning your mind, your intellectual property, munching on your light body, your soul, and then pretending that they were an oracle. So now they don't know what to say because they've been disconnected from you, and there's silence. Nobody has anything. This fake version of you is being held accountable. Her and all her little whatever. Because you're saying no. No to those who did not glow up. This isn't a natural glow up. It's a filter. It's pretend. It's a mask. And now they can't sleep because you're letting go of dead weight. You're stop giving idiots spiritual credit. Not everyone is a lesson. Some people are just dumb. And after many thousands of years and lifetimes, they have proven it. They enjoy degrading themselves and everyone else. They enjoy doing the bare minimum. And the universe doesn't take X back requests. They're not going to get this strong Divine Feminine back. This lazy punk ass bitch. They're afraid. They're losing signal. The devil. They're having anxiety. They're losing signal. They're having anxiety. The devil is here, and charm is not character. So they're going to be, you've stopped romanticizing crumbs. And you stopped supporting those people who will not share anything with you. You're like, I'm not taking crumbs. You don't want to share your snacks when I'm the one giving them to you? Delete, delete, delete. And yes, it sucks. And no, you're not dying. And they're going through the reruns exhausted. They're like, what the hell is coming back? Because God said every nasty thing that they did to you from the beginning to the end will be done to them. And they're like, oh no, because now it's coming back on them. Congratulations. They're realizing that they sponsored the circus. And you've got this masculine here who's trying to rewrite the story still by forcing in this painful energy. But the best filter you'll ever wear is self-love. It looks good on you. Your confidence has got you glowing. These ones, they use filters to pretend that they are whatever they need to be in the space that they have inhabited falsely. They weren't supposed to be there. So you're unfollowing them. They're going to go learn. So they're being unfollowed. People are unfollowing them. They got to go learn some spiritual hygiene. Spirit was talking. They weren't listening while they were romanticizing their own life and rejecting the divine partner that they were given. So you may be a professional advisor, or maybe you will be in the future, a teacher with all of this wisdom that you've gathered by healing through these traumas and whatnot. So messy does not mean powerless. You know, sometimes we have to pull ourselves in order to get the house cleansed and neat and tidy. And these men, when they think of everything as materialistic, so they think that cleanliness is next to godliness, and they think that it's all about the house, but it's not. It's about the temple, and it's about the energy and the thoughts and all that other stuff. These guys took it and twisted it into their version. You don't trust chaos. You're blocking chaos. These people who want to bring this fire to you, you're leaving it. They're like, love don't pay the rent. We got to do some sex magic or whatever. Yeah, you're not going to do it anymore. And they are heartbroken. They're heartbroken. They're heartbroken. They need your energy in order to be successful. And they treated everybody like shit, thinking themselves, king dingling or whatever. So you're here with the Eight of Pentacles. You have mastered yourself. This community left you hanging. Maybe you are detail-oriented and you're flipping this community. The souvenir from Heartbreak does not age well. You're taking off the clothes of Heartbreak and you're burning the memory of it. You mastered yourself all by yourself, without any guidance. In fact, with the whole community trying to shut you down, and they're still trying, and you're burning it to the ground. We got community in the reverse, and you are empowered. You're keeping the lesson, and you're like, I'm shedding this skin from this community. I know you're no longer going to feed into it. You're no longer going to be associated with it. You're no longer going to share energy with it. You're releasing the memory of it. You're burning it down. This community, this fake community of love spell bullshit, yeah. You're burning down the memory of this stupid love spell soul harvesting circus show. The world is here. You're shutting it down. The unease of love in the history. So, because that was sober then, they did it on purpose. It wasn't retrograde. Nothing is retrograde. The history of this, they did it lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So they got to accept responsibility. They're trying to make up excuses. They're being told you did it sober. You did it with intention. You premeditatively gathered a connection. And then you had the plans of harvesting that soul. There was nothing. They have to own it. They have to own it. And they're effed up over you. They did it completely sober. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they were happy about it. Lifetimes lifetimes, they were happy about sticking the knives in the secret garden's caretaker. And now they're not going to move forward. They're not moving forward with you. They don't get to come into your season. So dots don't mean devotion. Read energy, Queen Bee. Read energy. Dots do not mean devotion. So the Queen Bee is now reading the energy. She's not listening to what people say. She's not looking at their fake smiles. She's not measuring any body language. She's listening to their energy. Because they talk the talk. They speak all the proper words of love, all the proper words of being holy and righteous and all of that. They know the script. They've been practicing it for centuries. So now the Queen Bee is reading the energy because the words don't mean shit. She's very strong. She is the caretaker, and now she's here caretaking, burning this shit to the ground. People are losing sleep. They're very worried about this Queen Bee reading their energy. She knows exactly what's going on with them. It's written in their energy. So you got the Nine of Cups. So your wishes are being granted. The Ace of Pentacles, you have grown and you're getting a reward, because when things fell apart, when things got flipped upside down, you went to taking care of yourself, and then you cared for others who appreciated you. You made the right decisions. You made the right decisions. Something could be a secret. Not every drama is karma. Something is a secret. Maybe you're keeping it to yourself. The drama, maybe you kept it to yourself. You made all the right decisions. You kept it quiet. Nobody knew what you were doing. You were in the wilderness, in the darkness, and all these nasty jacks thought they had buried you so freaking deep and locked you down so hard you would never come up out of it. It was a secret. You got this Ace of Wands, this new beginning. Your vitality, your energy is bringing about a new beginning. People might be inspired with what it is you're doing. These folks that have been watching Netflix or doing porn, or these actors or whatever, these actresses, they could be in a straitjacket. They might be losing their mind. They're watching the reruns. They're freaking out over what they did and what's coming back on them. Secluded, separated, reflecting. So somebody's comfort zone was a trap. Separated. So they're sitting there watching Netflix. They were in their comfort zone. They just spaced out and did the same thing over again. Now there's a separation. They're reflecting on what happened. We got the Knight of Pentacles here, persevering, responsible, dedicated to healing. And he owes you nothing but silence. He owes you nothing but silence to clear out the space of the mind and to stop these atrocious transference of sin and karma onto innocent people, onto premeditatively, prematurely unaliving people with their stupid magic and cursing them, their home, their life, their business, and all that stuff. These are nasty people, and they think that they're somehow conquerors. And the Hierophant is here right now showing them that that was a delusion. So you could have prayed. Maybe you are praying, and we've got illumination, truth, discovery, and awakening. So look, there's a healing here. There's silence happening. The silencer is here, busy. Yes, you have so your prayers, you were praying and you illuminated the truth. So your prayers reached the high heavens or the upper dimensions, whatever you want to look at that, and they heard the truth. That you were this Queen Bee, and they kept pushing in this nastiness on you. They've been listening. And these word spells and this technology that Wi-Fi streams it into the delicate, sensitive transmitter receiver, original organic communications device of the upper realms. We got AI or these tech wizards or whatever doing magic and technology to hack and drive the mind, the heart, the energy, the life. Five of Swords, they've been competing with you for a very long time. They're very aggressive. They are dishonorable. They wanted you to be seen like that. And now they are defeated because of the past lives that they've done this to in the secret garden. They will not be getting a ticket to your next season. You are allowed to outgrow people. You don't have to serve this upside down community that's doing love spells on everybody and siphoning souls. What a bunch of weirdos, man. We got shocking news. They're being blocked. Whoever this female is, she's look, she doesn't do jack shit. She just is there like, hey, I got this beautiful life. No, you don't. Not anymore. You're getting blocked. You're not taking part in the next season. This divine feminine, this queen bee, says this person is not welcome. They were putting swords in her lifetime after lifetime. So now we got a tower. These people are in a cower. They're in chaos. Due to the revelations of what have been happening here because of your perseverance. The hierophant is here restoring temperance by returning the magic that's being done on the people, on the family. So there's it's retrograde. He's returning the magic. He's asking you to be patient, or maybe you're getting a life of luxury because you were patient for thousands of years while you were left alone. So Mercury retrograde, it's not the stars. It's their snooze button, this workplace affair. They're trying to blame the stars for their own sick workplace, their infidelity, their nasty whoring, their orgies, their nasty energy. They're trying real hard to put it in us and make us wear it so that we can be seen like that in this Passover season. It would be very wise to do your purifications every night before you go to bed. Amplify your essence if you can, in whatever way that be for you. You're coming into a life of luxury because you were patient while this Mr. Arrogant has to be my way piece of shit left you hanging by yourself lifetime after lifetime. And you're a beautiful gal. You got your shit together. You can self-care. You share that. You mend things. You heal things. You're a beautiful woman. Man, take it as it resonates, okay? You're a beautiful, beloved child of the Most High. And this arrogant POS was having his way with the daughters of Eden, harvesting them as children. As children. Yeah. This is a King of Pentacles in the reverse. This asshole's been harvesting the soul value out of innocence for a long time. And honestly, the real miracle is that you made it out alive. Barely. Barely. They said your soul is weary and they will not be destroying your soul. They're very upset. They're trying desperately to push this stuff off. You survived barely the side hustle. This prostituting the energy. This laying their shit on you as you sleep. Every freaking night they're transferring this energy onto the light-bodied people, forcing them to alchemize and transmute their sin. And then at the end of the game, what do? They deceitfully convict them of being that which they have had to transmute. It's so sick. They're running. The side hustlers with this toxic lifestyle, they're running. So you barely survived it, and they are running now from a firestorm of karma. They earned every bit of it. There could be this sex addict trying to get readings on you, but it's too late. It's too late. They're heartbroken because it's their turn to go through the round and round and round. Because God is fed up with this reckless sex, this infidelity, this unfaithfulness, this heartbreak, this shattering of souls and love and trust and faith and strength in union. During the history of this romance thing here, this no strings bullshit, you've learned your karmic lesson. You chose yourself to purify, to heal, not only yourself, but the people in your home, in your community, wherever you are. You share that temperance energy wherever you are. So you're getting your wish. You're getting your wish. And these ones, the tricksty illusion, who backstabbed you, played mind games with you, they're feeling like poo, because every nasty thing they did to you will be done to them. It's going to be horrific, because it was. You've got family here, or maybe there's family, this jackass. Bad news jackass. Jackass getting bad news about family. I don't know, something going on with the family. Because divine masculine is with somebody who loves themselves. They're choosing divine feminines who can self-care, self-love, share it with others, the animals and the children. That every decision they made was good, even though it may have looked like chaos. I mean, this is like learn as you go, right? When they wipe your mind every lifetime. So divine masculine is choosing those who love themselves. And this psycho is going into the police station because they did not produce, they did not create, they did not produce, they did not share. They traumatized people everywhere. They defiled and desecrated everyone and everything by choosing to be lazy and brutalizers unseen. So we're saying goodbye to the shady masker, the actor, the actresses who's just pretending all the time. They're ashamed of themselves. They're getting detached. They're being ghosted now. They're being rejected. The sweet talkers who are saying, I miss you, I miss you. No, that's rejected. Nobody misses that. No. So there is, there's legal matters. There's legal matters for what they did in marriages with the twin flames. By unaliving them the first reunion, the first anniversary of their marriage, and then cycling them back through for this freaking scenario. They knew who we were, and they knew what age they needed to come and get us to keep us weak and broken and servile. Those who had a GPS of love, hate, or maybe they're trying to drink it away, this GPS of love, hate. So they were sleeping with their enemies and they were pretending to love those they actually hate. So the true colors are seen of these karmic ties. And it's terrible. So we're closing the cycle of this fake spiritual guru feeding on you, consuming you, stealing your intellectual property, and then dressing up in your energy and pretending that he was Miss Loverboy with all of the sacred knowledge of these upper dimensions. No ho, you were never that. These fake people are spying on you from secret accounts because, they have bad credit with the divine feminine because they were all happy being single. They were bumping heads, happy single, and then, they just wanted the intellectual property and the connection to the upper dimensional spaces that these low vibrational entities did not earn the privilege of being in. So they were marrying people that had spiritual gifts. And what's happening now is those spiritual gifts that they have are going away. They're in their feelings. I love you. But look, they've been manipulating people's feelings by this stupid proposal, only so that they could be fake busy. They wanted to harvest the soul. They're full of anxiety now. This liar, this Jezebel who's been sacrificing people. And then mirroring them, the thug mirroring them, massive regrets. Yeah, dude, you're no freaking woman and you're not sexy either. Damn it. They're not happy because you're free. You are free of the trap and you're walking away. They keep trying to stick it to you, and there's a firestorm here on these people. They are very irresponsible, and they go around trying to convince the world with their magic that they are something other than what they are. They're doing love spells out there in this community. They may be this community of love spell, this community of mind effers, this community of soul harvesters, this community of spying on people and then discovering who is a real one, and then go in. These devils, these low vibrational, no energy jackasses come in and pretend to be your twin, and then they trap you in this thousands of years cycle of freaking who's the rabbit, honey? Yeah, over and over and freaking over again. Side hustle in the energy of children. You survived. Barely. The side hustle. Them feeding on your soul. Mirror. So souvenirs from Heartbreak don't age well. Keep the hoodie, keep the lesson. Or burn the hoodie, keep the lesson. Mirror. You're burning the mirror. Somebody was trying to, the mirror. No, so you're releasing the mirror. You're releasing the mirror. So we got, so you're releasing the mirror that has been trapping people with these love spells. They're going in the fire. You're learned the lesson. You're flipping, you're in your mastery. You're flipping this community upside down. Boy, they're done. They're done, all right. They're done. They're done, all right, because you got this fire going. These people who were doing love spells on everybody, they're going in the burn pile. The challenge is to bring an end to this cycle with the World card, the end of unease and love due to the history of these people. They're effed up over you because they did it sober and they did it with intention. They have to accept the responsibility for the criminal behavior regarding intimate union. It was forbidden. It was forbidden. So you are strong. You've got the energy of this lion, grace, power, the caretaker of this sacred garden, this secret garden. And for all of your past lives, they were unaliving you and stealing your honor. Queen Bee, you're reading energy. You're no longer looking at their faces. You're no longer listening to what they say. They're losing sleep. They're worried. You were the key. They're losing sleep. You are the key. And now they're like, what happened? Well, I don't know, Mr. Clever. I don't know. Maybe you're just going to have to go learn how to do some research. Get your story straight before you start hurting people. I don't know. So we got the 9 of Cups here, abundance. You're getting abundance. Your wish is getting granted. You have an Ace of Pentacles here, a reward. Because when things fall apart, you can take care of yourself and then you share that self-care with others. You take care of them too. You don't make bad decisions. There's some secret here. Trash. You didn't make bad decisions. There's an appreciation for you. You cared. Look, you cared for yourself, cared for yourself. You cared for the children. You cared for the animals. You're just so sweet in all these past lives. Somebody appreciated you because you didn't make bad decisions. There's a secret here. We got trash. There's some trashy person that's got a secret encounter. They were trying to keep you a secret by dressing you up in trash energy. You didn't make any bad decisions. They wanted to keep it quiet. They wanted to keep you quiet by dressing you up in this trash energy. They prostituted the energy of single women who never had anybody miraculously come into their life or find interest in them. Why? Because Nasty Jack wanted that Queen Bee all for themselves. They wanted to keep you a secret. Oh, but the rose is about ready to encounter somebody. You got this Ace of Wands. Your vital force is bringing about new beginnings. You could be inspired. You might be inspiring others. We got a Netflix gal. She's in fear, stagnation. There's a separation. So they're being separated because they were doing the history of the bedroom trash. So this is your copycat. They were doing bedroom trash stuff. You didn't do that. It was your copycat. They were out there making pornography and then broadcasting it throughout the realms as though it was you. It was never you, Queen Bee. It was never you. They prostituted the energy, but not the flesh, as far as I can tell, in this particular cycle. The Knight of Pentacles is here, devoted and determined to persevere with this healing. So you're riding in and you're going to persevere. He owes you nothing but silence. Your faith and your praying illuminated the truth. So your prayers were heard, and you got somebody here that's bringing closure to the interferences of your super sensitive and delicate instrument. It's been undergoing a great beating from these interfering enemies of yours. I don't even know why they're here. Why are they here? If they hate us, if they're the enemy, why are they living among us? A forgotten person. You've illuminated the truth regarding a forgotten person. Somebody's dedicated to healing. Somebody owes you silence. God's bringing silence. In the history, we've got the betrayal. Betrayal. 5 of Swords, aggression, competition, dishonor in the past lives. Look at these nasty jacks. See, there you are, pure, innocent. All these men, they kept stealing your honor. You were like the princess. This was supposed to be your deal, man. You are the Queen Bee caretaker who's so strong. And they saw you as a little girl. So they just decided to stick a sword in it for many, many lifetimes while prostituting your energy. So now they don't get to go with you. You are allowed to outgrow these people. They were supposed to take care of you, and instead they decided to violate you and bury you forever, and it did not work. There's shocking news here. They're being blocked. You're free of them, and they're being blocked. They can no longer come into the secret garden. That's your garden. It always was, but they had copycats up there being hoes, this trashy hoe business. Somebody's running away, so they're running away. They're blocked. Shocking news. They're blocked. They're running. Get away, keep away, give up. The Tower is here because of your reward, because of your hard work, because of your perseverance. The Hierophant is here, restoring inner peace and temperance by retrograding, by returning this nasty magic. And also, like all of these workplace affairs, everything that they did to high value people from the beginning to the end is coming back on them. So if they had sex with somebody at the workplace and then they decided to unalive them and siphon their soul and recycle them over and over again, yeah, it's all going to be done to them now. And they're like pleading. Look, they're like crazy looking at the reruns of your life. They're like, oh no. Yeah, well, that's all coming back because you got the 9 of Pentacles here. You're going to get a life of luxury. So God's asking you to be patient. Or maybe you're getting a lifetime of luxury because of your patience while Mr. Arrogant POS betrayed you, betrayed God, betrayed your Heavenly Father. Say, it's got to be my way. So they took everything from you. They were supposed to protect you, but they took everything from you and left you there alone. They never came by. They just kept cycling you back through while siphoning your soul. You're a beloved child of the Most High, and this jackass was supposed to protect you. But they were never there. You were always by yourself, being attacked by these men. He prostituted the energy of this woman's, of this Queen Bee's womb. They and her whole body. They were like dumping. They were like transferring karmic sin onto her. They covered her in the blame and the shame. And if you will look at my video from August 11th, 2024, there's a song for her. You don't miss them. You don't miss them. You don't miss them at all. You're not going to miss them. You're getting a life of luxury for being patient with this brutalizer who betrayed you and your Heavenly Father. The Lion, or whoever that is to you. Rose. So, alrighty then, this King of Pentacles was very greedy. He was harvesting souls of childlike people or children in general. We got, honestly, the real miracle is that you made it out alive, barely. They were side hustling your energy. They were prostituting your energy. They were throwing in all this nasty sin onto you and then forcing you to transmute it. Your soul is probably so weary. These toxic lifestyle side hustling bullshit artists are running from a karmic storm for what they did to the rose. It could be that there's a karmic storm coming in from the rose, burning shit to the ground. The mirror is losing everything. Yep. Because of what they did to the rose, the apple, the daughter of Eden, the apple of God's tree. They were sacrificing the rose for money. And now they're going to get a freaking storm of karma. And, you know, because you held yourself firm and you had hope the size of a mustard seed. And it's very painful. The pain that they're running through the body, the chakra system right now, is very intense. It's not comfortable. But if you can hold yourself steady, then eventually it will move on, you know. So do your thing. Just do your thing. There's divine timing here. You've been down here looking for clues, looking for information, for research, and you have to go through it. You have to feel it in order to heal it. Now, we got a lot of folks who say, well, why didn't you just use your powers and cast the demons away? Well, because you have to feel it to heal it. What are you going to do? You know, so the demons are here. Well, what about those people who can't cast them away? They have to alchemize. They have to learn how to transmute that energy. They have to make it a place where the energy doesn't want to be, which means they have to increase their vital force. They have to increase their peace. They have to increase their ability to settle chaos, and they have to do it without tricks, magic tricks. We are look, this Queen Bee evolved through this torturing. She didn't whip out any magic tricks. She didn't tell anybody anything. They wiped her mind. She didn't know what the hell. She had to evolve from ground zero. The chosen caretaker of the secret garden, the Garden of Eden, this Queen Bee, she went deeper than they thought she went. She went to the bottom of that dark space and she shared the energy. So yeah, God's like, I don't think so. So be patient. You've gathered a lot of information. Like last night, like I said, that was going on and on, this mental chatter and this heartbreak for quite some time. And as I laid there, I'm just going on and on and on. And all of a sudden I hear, I'm unmuted. And I just started busting up. I'm like, that's so funny. And then it was an obvious giveaway that it was freaking magic, word magic being projected into me. And the spell was instantly broken. They're stupid. They think they're clever and they're just stupid. So you have evolved. You have changed. You have outgrown the toxic shadow with their stupid sexual deviancy. You are naturally talented. You're a powerful light and a powerful dark. You can bend water, bend air. You work with the elements. You got this intuition that is beyond anything these people could ever produce inside themselves naturally. And that's the thing. They're like, is it natural? Is it natural? Hey, buddy, nothing about them is natural. The energy they're dressing themselves in is not natural. It belongs to an innocent, childlike king or queen. That these people were side hustling. And it's so wild to me to hear she's embarrassing everyone. She's not embarrassing everyone, fellas. The fact that what they chose to be is seen and it's embarrassing. I mean, like, why are they blaming this queen bee for embarrassing them when it was their own actions, their own life, their own choice to be that? They are that. They want to be that. But now they want to go in and they want to take out. So they got this thing. They got the high frequency 6G, weapon of war, this microwave technology. And now they're going to be sending out military people or whatever with weapons. And they're just going to have this big old ice show, like terrorists and freaking costumes or whatever. You got this encounter. There's an encounter here. You could be encountering a mystery regarding this exhibit. You might be going to an exhibit. There may be something unknown. There's a mysterious, there could be a mysterious encounter on some sports exhibit or some kind of street exhibit or whatever. Yeah. So you mastered yourself. And these people are addicted to your energy. They just drink you up like you're a freaking slushy, LSD slushy, and they go out and they start having fantasies. So there's divine intervention now, and the law is coming down. It has to be. Because this magic and this witchery and this unaliving of good, bright, determined, and souls that can transmute energy, self-care, care for other people, and they're not stingy. They share everything they have. They're the key to success. And rather than partner with and be that, they wanted to hurt this person and then to claim that they were the brilliant ones. And you can see how far everything has been degraded. Everything is desecrated. Fortunately, I'm super happy. Humanity has been given a pass. They've been exonerated of the crime of being a cannibal and being a drug addict, because these guys, they made cannabis legal. At first they altered the plant, and then they got all these different extracts and stuff, and then they turned it into a drug, and then they made it legal. So they try to say that anybody using it is an addict. So it's just so weird that these nasty sorcerers and witch bitches who are addicted to our light body, consuming our soul and our fluids, these addicts are complaining that, people are choosing plant medicine. I don't know, man. The queen bee and these high priestesses and whatnot, they didn't choose to be vile. But these nasties who've been sticking a knife in it, copycatting them, were very vile in the energy. They wanted to frame her as insufficient and unworthy of being this gatekeeper, this caretaker. She's burning it down. She's mastered herself. She's flipping this community of love speller mirrors upside down. She's taken she's taken it all down. This love me and leave me, this unstable affection, this deflowering of innocence and purity, and then walking off and treating her like a whore for the rest of her life. While this dirty, filthy POS is out there pretending that she's her. Oh, I'm special. I got all that love energy. Oh, yeah. Burning it to the ground. Bringing an end to this unease with love and the history of this forbidden crime of sacred connection, which they treated like it's a dime a dozen, whole, whatever. They're effed up over you now because what they did with clarity. They chose it. They chose it. They chose to be shallow Hal or whatever. They chose to use you as their emotional stabilizer. It was a crime. They chose you for attention. Oh, look what I got. I conquered her. Yeah, came in, deflowered myself, an 11-year-old girl, and I conquered her the whole lot. I'll just up her girl. Yeah, prostituted the energy for lifetimes. These people are so sick, and they're out there trying to run this shit through your vessel and your mind, and then they're going to the council saying, unstable, unstable, unstable. And it's like, turn off your freaking technology and stop streaming this shit through the very delicate transmitter receiver divine. This is so bad. They're making war on the people right now with their technology and their stupid Wi-Fi streaming of this shit and breaking the shattering of the chakras is so bad. They're warring against the people, trying to harvest them. So your strength, you got the power of the lion. You are the caretaker. You are the queen bee. You're reading energy now. You're not listening to what people say because they lie. You are the key. You found the core of the problem, and somebody's losing sleep. They're remembering everything that they did to you. They lost you. Done. This is a final freaking straw. You're making a power move. It's all coming down to the freaking ground. You got your self-respect back. You finally got all of your energy back. You remember what it feels like to be alive. You remember what it feels like to have love, to have vibrancy. And these ones are not taking it back. They will not do that to these divine feminines anymore. They will not feed on their potency and assume their gifts as though they earned them. Losers. This Nine of Cups is yours. Your wishes are being granted. You're getting your reward because when things fell apart, you took on the self-care and then you helped others who were appreciative. You did not make any bad decisions, and we got secret trash love bombing. So secret. So there's a secret about this worthlessness, this trashy mouse love bombing. So sudden withdrawal. They come in. So this trash. They wanted to keep you quiet. You don't make any bad decisions. You help people. You're very kind and generous. And these people framed you as being trash while they love bomb you. So this, or maybe trash, love bomb you. They wanted to love bomb you. They acted like they loved you, but they broadcast this Netflix shit throughout the galaxy or whatever. So they treat you like trash, and they bring you in. They say, oh, I love you, but then they have sex. It's recorded or whatever, and then it's broadcast out, and it's trapped you. It's trapped you for a long time in this solitude. Somebody who is doing this might be trapped now. It's all coming back on them. The Hierophant is returning everything. They are being separated from you. Somebody could be inspired by you. They were doing these trashy Netflix, so they would come in, get a connection with you, and then they could draw off the energy, and then Trashy Ho could go do an orgy or whatever and make a movie, and then they could broadcast it out everywhere. So once they got connection to your sacral, they could pull the energy off, make the movie, and then they could put that energy back on you and then cast the illusion that this movie they're broadcasting was you. But it wasn't you. It was never you. You were here when things were falling apart, taking care of yourself and others. You didn't make any bad decisions. It was a secret. You didn't even know this shit was happening to you. They wanted you left alone. They didn't want anybody near you. So they were broadcasting these fraudulent. And this curator, I prostituted the energy, decades, I prostituted. They desecrated everything. And they say you have to be innocent. And he's insisting that he violated you so freaking bad that you aren't worthy. And the fact of the matter is that you've been celibate for a long ass time, and you've done all of your shadow work, and you've been purifying and sanctifying, and you've been sanctified, forgiven, washed free of the sin, the shame, and the blame that these ones keep magically transferring onto people. You've been alchemizing it for a long time. You're an expert alchemist. You're a healer. Your light is golden. And you got this knight here offering you silence. Or maybe somebody's going to go silent. These people who have been torturing you, who've been in your head, this telepathy, they're losing everything. They're going to lose their gifts. They're going to lose everything. Everything they did to you is going to be done to them. And they're watching the history because there are lots of reruns of Lifetime Story of Earth Woman. Lots of reruns are out there. And they are watching. They're looking at their target. They're watching all these reruns. And they're like, from the beginning to the end, every nasty thing they did to you shall be done to them. And they're like, oh no. Yeah, well, they can't get out of it. It's a final straw. You're burning it down. God's burning it down. He's putting everything back on them. And you will be rewarded for your patience because this went on a long, long time. This illusion, this wasn't you. It was an illusion built on the energy, the siphoned energy and the gifts that you possess because they were shutting you down and harvesting them and using them against you, casting the illusion to your upper dimensional family. They were plugging it in, showing everybody what a whore you were, and it wasn't you. They just wanted you to get rejected so that they could keep you trapped here and keep siphoning you and using your gifts and your temple as a gateway, a ladder to get up and down out of these spaces. They're so evil, man. So, yes, those who are in competition with you, those who betrayed you in many past lives in the secret garden, do not get a ticket to the next season. They're in the fire. You have evolved. Everybody's evolved. You've changed. There is a change. And we got shocking news. They are blocked. They're trying to run away. But the tea is cold now. You're walking away from the table. They're trying to run away because you ran away. You're no longer covering them in your queen bee energy, in your identity, in your caretaker gifts and authority. They stuck you and then they pretended to be you. And they were extracting all of those gifts and authority while they turned everybody into a prostitute. They were convicting everybody of that. And there is a difference between the prostitute that they turned people into with this shit and then the Jezebel that goes out there and actually looks people up to do this to them in union with their pimp. There's a difference. You got the tower. They're in a tower here. You're walking away. The tea is cold. It's over. It's over. This is the final freaking straw. They lost you for good. And there's no going back. Absolutely not. God said you'd been too forgiven. They brutalized. They nearly destroyed your soul. And many, many souls did not make it. They consumed them. They were not able to make it back. They put out the light for good. So they're in a tower because you were able to persevere. You got the temperance here, you got the reward, the hard work, the investment that you made. So the hierophant is here bringing temperance by retrograding all of the magic and all of the nasty workplace affairs. Every single thing that these people, these witches and sorcerers did to the people at work or wherever they were working with people on these affairs to screw up marriages and to screw up connections, to insert hate into their heart for their spouse. And this is awful. It's terrible and it's happening right now. There's lingering energy and there's no closure. So whatever this is, this workplace affair, they cannot wash away the energy. There's lingering energy and they can't say, oh, it wasn't me. Oh, it sure was. And it's all going back to you. You, Queen Bee, are getting a life of luxury, 9 of Pentacles, for your patience with this hogwash of these ones never showing up for you. Leave and then brutalizing you lifetime after lifetime. Mr. Arrogant, pride and selfish POS with the love of a beloved child. So we don't miss them, or nobody misses them. Nobody freaking misses them. Why? Because your soul came back online, Queen Bee. You're seen, you survived, you're identifiable. These ones can't layer you in the blame and the shame of their shit anymore. You're not, it's not you. You are an expert alchemist. You take care of yourself. You take care of others. You don't do the wrong stuff. You're doing everything right. You don't miss them. King of Pentacles in the reverse is a greedy bastard who's he could be childlike, or he's getting his pentacles by abusing people who he's dependent. He is dependent on getting his wealth with this kind of stuff. And we've got, congratulations, you made it out alive. Barely. I heard Spirit say, congratulations, you survived. You are identifiable. This side hustle, you barely made it out alive. So those people with the toxic lifestyle, they're running from a firestorm of karma. The rose, the apple, is getting the finances. It always belonged to the apple, who has been unalived here, sacrificed for the nastiness of these brutalizers. The money's yours. We got toxic ties and emotional chain. It could hurt very badly. They're trying to stick it on the heart space. So do whatever you need to do to kind of help that out. Yeah, so we got toxic ties. What else do we got? Oh. So these toxic ties are in a firestorm of karma because it's glow up time for the rose, the apple, the daughter of Eden, the caretaker of this secret garden. The money was always hers. The wealth was always hers. It wasn't love. It was control. They bound her. And the truth is exposed. False hope. Always coming in for a quick fling. You got glow up time. You are healed and you are not hooked. You're done. They can't stick it on you anymore. You did all the necessary work. You have a guarantee. These ones have been doing this to you at the end of the cycle, lifetime after lifetime. They've stolen your honor. Not this time. The Royal Mother said, not this time. They cannot have you. They can't obtain you. They're not going to survive trying. So even if it hurts really bad, just breathe into it and go do your purification. Once again, I'll mention St. John's wort works really well. It's an herb that kind of protects against this black magic kind of bullshit. It works pretty good. It usually takes a while. The liquid works faster than the pill. So that's just that. And oh, look at that. We got to, I must have been talking fast. Then, so you have mastered yourself and you're flipping this community of love spellers upside down. They've been reflecting and mirroring everybody else. They do this back and forth unstable thing, and you are releasing it. The souvenirs from Heartbreak don't age well. You're burning the hoodie. You're burning it. You're burning it all to the ground, and you're keeping the lesson. You're releasing it. You're releasing the memory. You have been empowered. You have mastered yourself and everything's coming undone. You could have hierophant energy, or you could be a queen bee with this hierophant. Maybe God is here with you. He resurrected you. He saw your light and he's like, whoa, there's my daughter. And he pulled you on up. So you could be getting some unexpected income from the universe. From the universe. The universe might be giving you unexpected income. You've been doing a lot of work here. You've really, all of your fields have been risked. You've taken a lot of hits to the soul, but you did survive. So, and you have a lot of information and knowledge about what you have learned through this challenge that you can help others with so that they don't have to suffer like that. You can prepare them for something like this, you know, alert people to the sensation, the energy, whatever. Get people familiar with it so that if it does arise, they can be alerted and not get sucked in by it. So we got the World card here. You're bringing an end to the unease about the love in the history. This forbidden, it was forbidden what they did to you. It was criminal to come in and then tag you and then not have any depth. They didn't want to bind. This shallow Hal just came in to tag the freaking soul value and then draw off it and prostitute it, using it. He was letting every freaking bitch in the world, oh, every Jezebel hoe, come in and lay their nastiness on your sleeping vessel. The other night, they were doing that. I heard somebody talking about it. They said that they were doing that. They prostituted her energy and that they were trying to do it again. Somebody got in trouble because this person has been emancipated. These people have no right to tamper with this energy or this soul. They have no connections and no control. It belongs and has been enfolded into a whole new family, reclaimed by God. And these people are out there trying to snatch it back. And so they're going to get their asses handed to them. Literally, it's going to be very, very bad for them. With this stuff that they're sending out right now, oh man, I mean, it's the bigger sorcerers or whatever must be doing this kind of stuff. But it's going to come back on them. They will not survive it. They might try to send out a 3D assassin because, you know, Haig says is telling all the military people to go carry weapons and stuff. And I think they're going to try to cause a civil war so that they can have excuses of this chaos to go start taking out targets and stuff. I don't know. That is my perception. Please take it as it resonates. It just seems that common sense, this is that. So they're effed up over you because they did this to you knowingly. They said they loved you and they messed your mind. And they did it with intention. They could be effed up over you now because they did it with intention. Everything's being flipped. God is like, it's done because they did it sober. They knew what was going on. They knew exactly what they were doing. They've been getting away with it for lifetime after lifetime. They have proven that this is what they're all about. And know better, do better isn't anything. They knew better. They knew better. They've been burying the caretaker, this queen bee, this lioness, who is a caretaker of this secret garden. And they kicked her out. And then they moved all the Jezebels in. And they've been trapping divine masculine and siphoning his soul with their beautiful little bodies. And the thing about that is they got the perfect body, the flat belly, the perfect curvy hips. Oh, they wiggle it. Real nice sex, whatever. Okay. But while they're feeding, of course, when they do this and then trapping the soul. But, you know, it's so amazing how so many people were loving this shallow thing. They were violating and like rejecting these queen bees, these high priestesses, because of their choice dumping her own nasty shit onto them. You got a beautiful transformation coming. Somebody's losing sleep. Yeah, because you transform. And there may be another transformation too. And somebody's losing sleep because they lost you. We got it's okay to start over and over, rebirth, reinvent, rise. They're not rising. They're losing sleep because you transformed and they lost you. You're rising, they're not. You're rising, they're falling. And they're trying to transfer this falling energy onto you. They want you to remember heartbreak and they want you to feel it. So it's not your memory or your true heartbreak. I mean, for me, I've been single for a long ass time and I don't have thoughts like this heartbreak stuff. So it's all witchery, all sorcery, all this transference of whatever the hell. They're falling and you're rising because this 9 of Cups wish is yours because you're getting a reward. Because when things fall apart, when you experience a shattering or whatever that is, you take care of yourself and you appreciate the ability to take care of others. You don't make bad decisions. This was a secret. They were treating you like trash. They were talking about you like trash. They love bombed you and left you alone while they and their Jezebels were out here having a toxic lifestyle, making movies, wearing your face, sticking the energy of it onto you as you were here alone. Whoa. Well, alrighty then. So we got eye to eye with the demons within. In the reverse, trash. You may have had a love bombing. So people are treating you like trash. Maybe people saw you like that because of the evil that they were doing here with their movies. But we got justice is coming. Like, you don't have to go eye to eye. You don't have any demons within. You don't have any demons within. You purified. And so these guys, they're not able to play games with you. Justice is coming. This black magic is backfiring. Because you've cleansed, charge, activate. This is your sacred space. This is your home, your temple, your house. And you're doing just fine. The black magic isn't going to touch you because of the work that you've done, because of the work that you did. You're not out there cheating by hurting other people and then saying that you're successful. No. So Netflix Queen, the movie maker, is in history. Because of the history, there's photographs, there's separation. They could have, so they're no longer able to play the movies. They're in a trap because they left you alone and they tried to frame you with this trashy bedroom scene. Yeah, your vital force is getting you a new beginning. People might be inspired by you, by how you purify, how you live your life. Why didn't what they do to you stick to you? Oh, no honor among thieves. Fraud and scandal. So they're going to prison. They're being bound for the history with all those photographs, and leaving you secluded. They got to leave you alone. They're going to prison. The Knight of Pentacles is here. Persevering. Dedicated. And it could very well be that, you may have a connection here, Queen Bee, with the Hierophant. You two may have a connection. So this Knight is persevering. It's really, because of the healing, maybe. The Golden Light, maybe they're able to heal. You've got silence. He owes you nothing but silence. Closure isn't coming in a text. You're self-reliant. This is the reality. You're self-reliant. So you got healer. We got this Knight of Pentacles who's healing. And then, this could be a healer. Maybe he's giving you silence. He's making things silent. Maybe you're self-reliant. Maybe because this is a girl. So that's a Knight of Swords. And we got silence. He owes you nothing but silence. Maybe he's healed and now he owes this other person nothing but silence. So this Knight has healed, so he owes her nothing but silence. You've healed. Maybe you're doing some prayer work. So you've healed and you've illuminated. So your light is on. You've illuminated the truth. You can see that this is a forgotten person, perhaps. You've illuminated the truth regarding a past person. They're maybe doing magic on you. This may be the person doing magic. An ocean of suffering. Oh, wow. This old forgotten person is having an ocean of suffering. You've eliminated the truth. He owes her nothing but silence. Emotions are overwhelmed. Somebody's feeling hopeless, having thoughts of negativity. They're ignorant and powerless. They're having a mental illness. They could be a narcissist. Grief, anger, weakness, struggles, anxiety, and a spiritual death, which is exactly what they're trying to give people now. This forgotten person is undergoing one. Because they're trying to take you out. They're trying to take you out. So this Knight of Pentacles has healed. And whoever this woman is, he doesn't owe her anything. He has been praying and he's been illuminated to the truth. Or a discovery about the truth of this forgotten person, this past friend, this ocean of suffering. He's healed, so it's obvious that it's a manipulation. It's a manipulation. Some woman's trying to get a hold of her. And he owes her nothing but silence. Oopsie, come here. So there's conflict and competition in the history of past lives and in this secret garden. And somebody is not allowed into your next season. You're allowed to outgrow people. This is shocking news for somebody, perhaps this person that is being blocked. He doesn't owe her anything except for silence. And so they're like running away. They're like, oh no, because she obviously wanted to get back into his energy and screw him over. But the tea is cold now. No more drama. Walking away from the damn table. They're running. And it's like, watch out for signs. The universe is guiding you in the right direction. So watch out for signs. The universe is guiding you in the right direction. You will know which way to go. These people are not going to trap you anymore. The divine stated that this is your last lifetime story. They will not be getting any more profit or pain out of you or love. They're done. You're being guided. That you have a guarantee. They're not going to be taking this queen bee again. No matter what they think. Even if they try to come in a 3D, they might have an accident or something. They might try to drop a bomb on it, but if they do that, it might just explode, while they're trying to do that. I don't know. We got a tower in the environment. Something's happening. Some kind of upheaval and destruction because of your perseverance, because of your hard work. So there's a harvest here, and the hierophant is blessing, is bringing back inner peace with spiritual wisdom, with faith, with temperance energy. And there's two of you here. So there's two people here. Tempered. The hierophant and the queen bee. So there was some kind of an investment, some kind of a harvest, some kind of a thing. Somebody's in a tower because of a harvest. The hierophant is in temperance, or is restoring temperance and retrograding all the filthy workplace affair stuff. There's no closure. There's no closure. The workplace affairs, this is a woman. So this could have been, these men sleeping with women at the work and then leaving them without closure, making them feel as though they were somebody and then treating them like a prostitute, like they do. And then mocking them in an attempt to disguise something. Somebody may be mocking somebody. This could be a workplace affair, a masculine on the workplace affair, mocking somebody else. There's no closure. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles. You are grounded. You are at peace. You're coming into a life of luxury. It looks like you're asked, or for being patient. Maybe you should be patient. You are patient. These people rejected you. That's the blunt truth of it. And they left you alone while they abused you and used your queen bee energy to process other people's karmic shame and blame. Mr. Arrogant wanted it his way. He was tapping and trapping all of these beautiful sunny beings when they were children. The love children of the creator of the secret garden. You don't miss them. You don't miss them at all. Your soul came back online. You got your energy returned. You're in alignment. You have a spiritual reset. And you're enjoying the silence. And that's that thing. We've got a Knight of Pentacles here, which is healing and bringing about silence. The silence that you have been praying for. It could be that this Knight of Pentacles is the dream or the prayer that you prayed for. This silence, I know I prayed for it all the time for over 2 decades. But it could just very well be that he's here bringing a healing. He's restoring silence to the original organic very sensitive transmitter receivers, divine, the human being with source connection. You got a lot of people out here that have been tapping and trapping people in that source, that upper source connection, because they've been playing it, right? Playing the game. So King of Pentacles is in the reverse. They're very greedy. They're reliant on getting their wealth with doing things with these childlike folks. And honestly, that's the real miracle, that you made it out alive, barely. You're resilient, you survived, and this side hustle, this energetic side hustle, this energy prostitution or otherwise, take it as it resonates. So those people that were side hustling you, this toxic lifestyle that they had going on, are running because toxic ties. They're in a firestorm of karma. So we got toxic ties, toxic lifestyle, running. They were harvesting you. They were side hustling your energy and all of that. So dream weaver, lucid dreams, create your own reality, escape. So they could be caught in a trap. They were dreaming this dream and they could be caught in that trap. We've got the rose is the apple and the finances are theirs. Tapped into the infinite flow of the universe, an energetic grounder. You bring stability to everything. And these a-holes knocked you extremely out of stability. At least they punished you lifetime after lifetime. And it could have been just now at this juncture that you finally mastered yourself, because that's what it looks like. In the central energy, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. You've mastered yourself. And it came out here again. So anyway, yeah, you are connected to the universe. You are grounded here. It could be that you are grounding like the flow of everything. The infinite flow of the universe. And you've got these jackasses out here trying to trap the infinite flow of the universe. That is bringing stability to the realm. You're a planetary stabilizer. You're tapped into the infinite flow of the universe. You're a planetary stabilizer. Queen Bee is the strength that caretakes the secret garden. These jackasses have had her trapped for lifetimes and have been torturing her soul, trying to destroy it. Isn't that something? Their prayers are useless. There's divine intervention and unforgiven abomination. They will be on the outside looking in, and the fire is coming in hot. There is an elimination of evil happening, and we're starting a new journey. They do not own you. There's detachment of this domination. You're escaping it. There's freedom. Freedom from these love spells. All of the love spells are being broken. So there's going to be mental clarity over the minds of these people who had been, glamored, hexed, cursed, trapped somehow mentally. And we've got, so fall down 7, get up 8, rise, determined, and unbreakable. They're not going to be able to get up from this. Because they're reaping what they sowed. The thief is reaping what they sowed. Because your spirit guides are no longer their shield. These thousands of years, your spirit guides have been shielding them while not shielding you. But now they're here. And the curse is broken. The illusion is shattered. You survived, you're identifiable, and you have a guarantee. They will not trap you, they will not take you, they will not harm you, they will not do anything. It will hurt, these attacks, because they're potent and they suck really bad, but just, do whatever it is you do. Pray, do your cleansing, your purification, drink tons and tons of water. Make sure you're replacing the waters of your body, because they're doing this stuff and you got to replace it, because they're filling the waters of your body with hate and with other stuff that's just nasty. And they want to break your heart, and they want to separate you and the hierophant, Queen Bee. So apparently a beautiful transformation is coming, because you're here and they're here, and he's turning back everything. He's restoring temperance by retrograding everything, all of the afflictions, all of the mental delusions, all of the suffering, all of this nasty torturous stuff that they did to you. I mean, they did some really bad things to our flesh temples before they granted us death. You're amazing. You kept reincarnating, crawling up out of that pit of fire as the angel that you are, and coming back into reincarnation and try again. And now there it is. This is the final harvest, apparently, and they see you. You're recognized, identifiable. And as much as these ones are trying to stick the magic on you, Rose, you're the apple of God's eye, and success is yours. The Royal Mother said that they will not be able to curse your land or your business or your life. And apparently there's something like 1,000 years. I don't know what that is. So go ahead and take that as it resonates. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.